What do dinosaurs, a $250 or $1,000 dinner table, and Jon Stewart's sharpest one-liner all have in common? On June 14, 2025, they're crashing into each other at the Night of Wonder Gala inside Los Angeles' Natural History Museum, and the fallout is nothing short of vicious. The museum's official line says it's honoring Meghan Markle for championing women and underserved communities. Yet tickets start at $1,500 and soar to $250,000 for a corporate table, turning a night that should celebrate science into what critics now call Hollywood's most expensive inside joke. But the real story isn't just the price tag, it's how a brisk late-night roast by Jon Stewart flicked the first domino, triggering donors, curators, podcasters, and regular museum lovers to ask a single, jagged question. Why is Meghan getting this award at all? Stick around, because we're unpacking every receipt, every rumor, and every ripple effect in 7 fast-moving chapters that show how one glitzy evening spiraled into a credibility crisis no PR team can spin away. Picture this. You step through the museum's marble entrance and straight into an enchanted garden lined with glowing orbs, live-string quartets, and animatronic pterosaurs flapping overhead. That's the rebranded Night of Wonder, formerly the staid Dino Ball, now reimagined to lure LA's influencer elite. The pitch to patrons sounds noble: fund educational programs, expand outdoor labs, and inspire the next generation of scientists. Yet the evening's headliner is Meghan Markle, a figure better known for Netflix contracts and podcast cliffhangers than for fossil digs or field research. In the official invite, organizers praise her for advancing equity, but they never pin down a project, metric, or timeline. The result? Even loyal museum donors are whispering that the board traded natural history for Instagram history, with Meghan's 9 million follower reach as the real attraction. It's less night at the museum and more night of networking, and that first tilt sets the stage for disaster. To see why eyebrows shot up, rewind Meghan's post-royal resume. Since 2020, she's launched Archewell Audio on Spotify, then watched the show end after 1 season. Signed a $100 million Netflix deal that produced the docuseries With Love, Meghan, a mild ratings blip. Rolled out the lifestyle brand As Ever, whose debut candles sold out but whose charitable proceeds remain vague. Announced impact grants through the Archewell Foundation, yet published only sparse annual reports and a handful of modest community donations. None of this is villainous. The issue is scale. The press releases are grand, the follow-through faint. Supporters praise her vision, skeptics count the missing receipts. When LA's Natural History Museum plants her on a podium meant for scientific catalysts, the gap between image and impact widens into a canyon. And that canyon became the punchline of Late Night. Enter Jon Stewart. On a recent episode of The Daily Show reboot, he deadpanned, "Handing an advocacy trophy to Meghan Markle is like giving a standing ovation to someone for finding the exit." Audience? Howling? Clip? Instantly viral across X, TikTok, and cable news highlight reels. Within hours, podcasts labeled the gala Night of Blunder. Reddit threads charted the ticket tiers next to Meghan's media ventures, snarking that the only endangered species here was museum credibility. Each meme sharpened public skepticism and nudged legacy outlets to scrutinize the award's merit. In 48 hours, coverage flipped from puff pieces to polemics, with even normally royal neutral hosts roasting the optics. The roast didn't just sting Meghan, it cracked the museum's polished veneer, inviting a deluge of insider leaks. Behind the dioramas, curators quietly fumed. Staffers who'd spent years curating fossils and funding paleontology grants suddenly found their gala overrun by luxury brand step-and-repeat banners. Anonymous donors told trade reporters they'd freeze future gifts if science slipped behind stardom. Why the pivot in the first place? Board members hoped that a single A-list name could spike donations and lure Silicon Valley philanthropists. Yet the backlash revealed a deeper dilemma. Can an educational institution monetize celebrity without mortgaging its credibility? At stake isn't just one gala, but the museum's core mission. Because when a hall of T-Rex skeletons becomes a backdrop for influencer selfies, patrons start asking whether the dinosaurs are props, or whether the mission statement is. Let's follow the money. A single seat? $1,500. A Wonder sponsorship table seating 10, $250,000, plus backstage photo op. That pricing leaked onto Reddit's Royal Watch subforums, spawning charts that compared gala costs to yearly field trip budgets for under-resourced LA schools. As outrage swelled, rumors surfaced that the award was part of a pay-to-play sponsorship bundle. Cut a check, secure a headline, book a duchess for the keynote. There's no hard proof, but the whispers stuck because the museum refused to release its selection criteria. Silence poured gasoline on speculation, and by week's end, the hashtag Night of Blunder topped 60,000 mentions. In this climate, perception is reality, and the perception is brutal. Zoom out and the pattern looms larger. 2021, NBO ACP Image Award for Social Justice. Follow-up initiatives? Limited. 2023, Robert F. Kennedy Ripple of Hope Award. Signature project afterward? Still pending. 2024, Spot on Time. 100 stage praising courageous leadership. Concrete milestones? Sparse. Industry analysts privately concede that celebrity philanthropists often receive honors with the hope they'll attract donors. Yet each new plaque without measurable output chips away at public faith. The Meghan narrative, once fueled by optimism, now carries a faint echo. Great promise, thin proof. And every fresh accolade risks turning that echo into a roar. So, here is what really online. For Meghan, a flawless speech could reset her trajectory, showing substance behind the sparkle. Flop, and she cements the image of all brand, no backbone, making future foundations wary of association. For the museum, a record donation haul might fund new exhibits for years, but a permanent dent in authority could scare off serious scientific grants, the lifeblood of research. For celebrity charities everywhere, audiences are drawing a hard line. Empty honors once passed with polite applause, now they're dissected in real time. The Night of Wonder backlash is a cautionary tale. Receipts first, red carpets later. Insiders whisper that Meghan's team is arranging a post-gala volunteer photo op at a South LA literacy project to blunt criticism. Maybe it happens, maybe not. But the mere leak shows how desperate both sides are to steer the narrative before June 14th's lights go up. When the gala confetti settles, only two outcomes remain. Either Meghan delivers a concrete roadmap, dates, dollars, beneficiaries, that proves the museum chose right, or she leaves the podium with more buzzwords than blueprints, confirming every meme that labeled the honor a vanity prize. So, viewer, here's the part that matters. Would you pay $1,500 to hear rhetoric, or would you rather see the impact first and applaud later? Drop your take below, because this channel is tracking the gala live and returning with Part 2, a line-item review of the night's promises versus its performance. Hit subscribe, because the next chapter could rewrite how celebrity awards work, or show us exactly why the public stopped clapping and started laughing.